Hey guys, wanted to shoot a really quick tip today. This one is on dealing with really small parts. This is actually a tip I shot the other day when I was working on my X-Carve. For the micro switches, you have these tiny little nuts which have to be held. If you happen to crush a micro switch, which is not uncommon during the setup process if you happen to be too close to the end stops, often you're going to find that you need to replace the thing by removing these little nuts, but these are not easy to get to. They have to be held basically with tweezers unless you want to disassemble everything. And the problem with holding really small stuff like this, if I can stay in frame, with tweezers is that, especially at an odd angle, you're either going to hold it a little bit too tight, which if this thing moves at all, is going to cause it to spring out of existence. It's going to shoot off into space, and then you're never going to find something this small again. Or you're going to hold it a little bit too loose, and you're just going to drop it. So there's a tip I picked up a long time ago doing some gunsmithing and whatnot, and that is to use a little bit of grease. So you're going to use the grease here to basically make it stick to the tool. So this also works really well when you're dealing with small springs. Like maybe you have a detent spring, or you have a spring that's set down into a little socket and you need to like assemble parts and you're worried about the springs falling out. Throw a little drop of grease on the end of the spring and it'll stick it into the hole. But this also works really well for situations like this. So just to kind of show you here, like it's kind of tough to hold this, and even that little bit, like it doesn't really want to be in there. It's a slick metal surface against a slick metal surface, and it doesn't really want to hold. And as you can see, it's easy to drop. Conventional wisdom here might be to use magnets. Stick a magnet on here. The problem is these aren't magnetic. So if you can't just stick a magnet to your screwdriver or to your tweezers to hold the part, then this trick works really well. So to do it, and I'm just using some Shooter's Choice. This is a grease I use for rails. So, little teeny bit in there. As you can see, now it really wants to stick. So you can see how that just sort of wants to stick on there. This will save your ass, I guarantee it, sooner or later. Now you don't have to use grease for this. You can use pretty much anything sticky. You could probably use something like paste wax, chapstick would probably work just fine. Pretty much anything sticky. Use whatever you got in the field. But again, this trick might really save the day. So if you like this trick, please like and subscribe. Until next time, talk to you later, YouTube.